Yo, what's going on? Yeah, so a couple of days by the time this goes out, a couple of days ago, the Alone in the Dark released, and yeah, to say to say the least, it's been quite not divisive. Divisive is probably the wrong word. It's got mixed reviews. That's probably the right way of saying it. Some some review outlets have given it a really good score. Some I've seen some that gives it like eight out of 10, 7 out of 10 or whatever. I've seen some that's given it like a 1 out of 5, like very low score. Something like I was like, they're thinking like, why is there such a big divide between these review outlets? So is it just like the standards for each one or whatever? Like, but I don't know. So like, obviously I've played it. I started playing it, as you can see, and yeah, like from what I've played, I'm a couple of hours in at this point. From what I've played, it's not a bad game. It's not a terrible game. I wouldn't say that, but it is a really good game. It's just the biggest. I know it's the biggest thing that some of these reviews say is that it's not. It doesn't do anything original, really. And to be honest, they're kind of right to a certain extent. Like, I know that if you play survival horror games, like if you play survival horror games, and you go into this, you will see that okay, it does kind of play like most like modern survival horror games, right? It does, but that again, that's not a bad thing though. That's just not a bad thing, right? Because that's completely fine being that, you know. I think my voice just broke then, but like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with games being similar to other ones, because like, if we're gonna use that logic, right, a lot of like great games are bad. Are going to be bad. Elden Ring's going to be bad because it doesn't exactly quote unquote do anything new. Or same thing with God of War Ragnarok. Same thing with like probably some Resi games, like, you know. Same thing with a lot of games, right? Because it's just by that logic, that's just the way it is, right? But you know, like I've seen like some review outlets give it like a 1 out of 5. I'm thinking it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, right? It's not a 10 out of 10 game, but it's a decent enough game, right? Like let's be real, it is a decent enough game, right? And like I'm a fan of horror. I like horror. I like survival horror of all things, and one of the best like survival horror games in I've got to say recent years, but it's like 5 years ago now. But it's Resi 2, the remake, Resi 2 remake. That's a very good survival horror game, right? And Alone in the Dark takes a lot from that, as from from what I've played, it takes a lot of like Resi 2's gameplay and map basically. Because from what I played, a lot of what I played is in this like house, like sort of like manor like thing. So it was big enough to be a goddamn mansion, to be honest. But like it's a pretty decent sized place. It's obviously got multiple floors. There's a basement and whatnot. It's got and whatnot. It's got quite a decent amount there. Like obviously I haven't explored the whole thing because I'm only a couple of hours into it. I've not exactly seen everything, right? And but yeah, from what I've played as well, like the enemies are quite cool. So a lot of the enemies are quite cool. There's like 2 specific enemies that I've come up against at the moment. One of them is basically like what's her name from Batman? Is it Scarlet? Violet? The plant woman, whatever her name is. Whatever her name is, like, it's like basically like a plant, basically. Like, it's just made of like vines or whatnot. Like, and it's like, it's really cool design. It's almost like a zombie, what a zombie would be, but like, but it looks like it looks like it's made out of like plants, basically. It's pretty cool. It's also got this other one, which is, I don't quite know how to describe it. It's like a human body, essentially, but it as with a head of another human body. It is really weird, and it's kind of like, it's also, I think I said in the stream. Oh yeah, I stream this game, by the way. I stream over on Twitch, so if you want to go see me play like a load of games I'm probably going to talk about and whatnot, go follow me on Twitch. But yeah, it's a bit of they're quite weird. I think I said it over on Twitch that this one looks like something Hideo Kojima would make. It's kind of like in a good way. Like it's really really weird. It's really weird. I don't know how else to describe it. As of like controls and whatnot, it plays like any other survival horror game. From like managing your inventory as well, it plays like survival horror, finding ammo, finding stuff. It's like many other survival horror games. It doesn't exactly do much new, and but yeah, again, that's fine. It's good. It's a good thing. It's not like it does these things badly in any way. But one thing I do kind of want to think about is that, or wonder, is what the budget was for this game and how big the team was. Like I kind of want to know that, because if you've seen anything about this game, you would know that the two main characters, or the two playable characters. Oh yeah, I should mention this as well. It does take that from from what I know, Resi 2 as well, where you have two separate characters of I got what's their names. I forgot their names already. So they don't say their names that often. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to go into spoilers, but you got two characters. You got who's the actors? I don't know. I didn't know who the woman was before. I never heard of the actress that plays the woman. I know David Harbour. Literally only because I watch Stranger Things. No, he's one of the playable characters, right? But I know this other woman is like a pretty big name in herself, and so these are two quite well known actors. So they're obviously not going to be cheap to hire. So they're going to cost quite a bit to hire out, But graphically, the game looks amazing. Like, it does look really good. Its art style is really good. But then you look at their faces, like when they're talking to each other. The facial animations are a bit wonky, to say the least. I feel like they kind of not cheaped out. That's probably the wrong word. I think the facial animations are probably had to cut somewhere. So I'm thinking, so that's sort of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm curious what the budget was for this game. Because obviously they hired two well-known actors. The game looks amazing. Like the gameplay, it is really smooth. But it's just sometimes like the facial animations aren't all there. Like I don't know if that's like a budget constraint or like or maybe like inexperience, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but but again, I don't know. That's why I'm half curious. Yeah, I don't want to drag this out too much. From what I've played, I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it. It's quite interesting as well because from what I know, for the story wise, it's slight spoilers if you don't want any. Well, this is for like right at the beginning. So yes, this is like right at the beginning of the game. You find out that we're going to this quote unquote mental asylum to talk to to find the woman's uncle, right? Because of some things, because he sees like a dark presence or whatnot. Like, it's got an interesting sort of premise, and that obviously helps out massively, and that's but yeah, that's kind of like all I really want to say for the game right now. Obviously, later on down the line, I'm gonna make like a full review of it, go a little bit more into detail about like story and gameplay and whatnot. But I just wanted to do like a first impressions and type of video, and I'll talk about a few things I've seen about the game. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for now. So if you made it this far, obviously like, subscribe, and all the same things you hear every other YouTuber say. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.